Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today's episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk is brought to you by Chevalier Cask. If you're in need of bulk spirits, new oak, or used barrels, then Chevalier Cask is here to help. We also have access to whatever type of spirits that you need. Our American, Spanish, European, and French oak barrels are handcrafted by multi-generational family-owned cooperages in Europe. These barrels are of the highest quality. They are tight and made from wood seasoned for over 24 months. We can also help you find financing for all your full or empty barrel needs. We can also buy your freshly dumped barrels and help you find them a new home. You can find us at www.chevaliercask.com. And we are back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we are drinking some whiskey. I guess technically it's kind of whiskey slash bourbon slash finished bourbon. So we got some stuff going on here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are going to compare contrast, which I don't know that you can really compare contrast the two, but we're doing it for today's purposes. But we've got the Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery Batch 6, and then we've got a Copper and Kings bourbon, Kentucky bourbon finished. I think you said an apple brandy.
Yes, finished in American apple brandy barrels.
There we go. Hot dang. So
yeah, can I just say that it says that this latest expression is made from a blend of 5, 10, 15-year-old bourbons, remixing a Kentucky tradition. Spent 12 months in the American apple brandy barrel.
There we go. So they sonic aged it
cool
for a year in brandy.
Nice.
I'm excited.
I am too.
All right. Well, anyway, we got Barbara with us.
Howdy.
Since we are in the Brock Bourbon Bar.
Hey, I missed a couple.
You did.
I did.
Man, I wish
I know, it was
wish
so quiet,
I wish I could have
wasn't
said I missed you, but
It was so quiet without me. Yay.
fair enough. And we have the loops back from Liquid
Yeah.
Assets. What's up?
Thank you very much for having us today.
Yeah, we're glad
Thanks for the
you
Bronx
could
to
come
host.
out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, always.
Well, let's start off. We got the Bardstown Discovery Batch 6, and Barbara, tell us what we're sipping on here.
All right. So we've got a 68% blend of Kentucky, 11 years aged. Mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. And then the blend of 16% Tennessee. It is a 17-year, and it is 84% corn, 8% rye, and then 8% malted barley as well.
Dickel. Go ahead.
And then
That's the mash bill, Dickel's mash bill.
Yeah. 16% Indiana. It's age 7 year. It is a 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley.
Gotcha. All right, so
It's nice and dark. It's beautiful.
it is a good-looking bottle for sure. And these disco bottles, anybody that knows me knows I'm a big fan of these. Other than a couple of batches that they've released, I've enjoyed most of them. And this is one of my more favorite ones, if I remember correctly.
Golly.
But Disco 4 is my absolute favorite still to this day. So what are we getting on the nose?
Malted.
Malted?
Oh, yeah.
Chris, what are you getting, man?
Sorry, I was mid-sip there.
Mid-sip?
You're fine.
That's all right. Getting some caramel, a little leather.
I was going to say I was getting some more buttery tones.
Yeah.
What is that? There's a nice little fruit there.
It's a slight fruit. It's just like really light.
It's weird. It's almost like it's a lighter fruit,
Yeah, that's what I was
not
just
super
saying.
dark.
Yeah, no.
but it's not a stone fruit.
No, it's not a
It's
stone
almost
fruit.
like a pear.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of weird. Mr. Brock walked in. What's going on, Nick?
Not much.
There we go. Get a little volume from Mr. Brock. Running late today. All right.
All right.
You diving in?
Yeah, I'm diving.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Granny Smith apple. Boom.
Yep.
Got a little bit of that tart.
Yeah, but see, I don't know that I'd put it on Granny Smith. I would definitely give it more of that appley flavor.
Yeah.
What are those mid-sweet ones, like the Brayburns or something in that family?
Yeah, maybe.
We got some caramel.
Jenna
Yeah.
grew with apples.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Jenna's good with apples?
Her grandpa had an orchard.
Oh, well, there you go.
He did. He grew all types of different apples. So I would say more like a Macintosh.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't even think about the Macintoshes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like
can see,
Brayburn
yeah.
or what's the new popular one? Honey Crisp or something like that?
No, it's not a Honey Crisp. It's not sweet
It's not
enough.
quite as sweet enough.
Yeah,
but
it's got a little too much of a tart in
yeah,
it.
Like a Fuji.
yeah. Fuji,
Kinda
Gala.
maybe a mixture of like a Macintosh Fuji.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
I'm not up to date on apples. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's got a little bit of like a honey note.
Yeah,
to
it does. I know.
Too. It's really nice and sweet.
Yeah, I was going to say it has like buttery toffee tones.
Yep. Yep, for sure. What was on the nose was coffee, was caramel. Mm-hmm. is more of a toffee on taste for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a little spice something kicking.
Yeah, definitely. There's some of that baking spice, a little bit of like almost like a cardamom or.
But it's like at the very, very end. It's like after
See,
you
I get it
kind
on
of
the
sit.
tip. I get it on the tip
Well,
of my
I
tongue.
get it on the tip of my tongue, but I get it after I've been sitting there for a minute or two.
Gotcha.
So it's not like right as I'm sipping it right away. It's, I've kind of sipped it. Now I'm kind of like going, and then I'm like, oh, hi, hello. There you are.
All right, I'm going for a drop.
You beat me to it.
I know. I've only got enough left to do a drop or two, so I had to be careful. I took that first pull was a big one.
You take a decent size.
I took a Nick Brock pull on that one.
Instead of a barber pour.
I said pull, not pour.
Well, if you had a barber pour, even if you had a Nick pull, you would have had plenty left.
I'd had plenty left. That's right. I didn't pour real heavy today. I never know how much I'm drinking.
The nose almost dies.
Oh yeah, you almost lose the nose completely.
Like, holy cow.
The rye's coming out a little bit, but that's about it. There's a little bit of sweetness, but actually there's a touch of leather and tobacco at the end. All right, going in for my sip. Go ahead,
Okay,
Jenna. What you got?
I already tasted it, so
Go ahead, give us a.
no.
you
I
get
want
the
to.
drop.
I want to know what your thoughts are first. I'm going to let you taste it first.
Let them taste it, and then you can go ahead and say it.
Yes.
I get more pepper, more of those spices. Those
Yeah,
spices.
more of the
just-
rye.
I was
coming
going to
out.
say herbal, like
Yep.
a little bit peppery.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely.
The rye's coming forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You get that rye spice.
Yeah, the rye
With the
really
pepper.
pops a lot higher with just a couple of drops, just a tiny bit.
For me personally, I don't prefer it with a drop.
I don't either.
prefer
Oh,
it-
I don't either.
Same.
I prefer it
I'm
neat.
definitely neat for sure on that
Yeah.
one.
Absolutely. But it was it's still a solid pour
This
both
is
ways.
that's a great bottle.
It is a great bottle.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Don't cut it.
Don't cut it. All right. Copper and Kings. You said it was a blend of 5, 10, and 15-year-old?
5, 10, and 15-year-old bourbon.
Nice.
And it's been finished for a year, sonically aged, which is their big thing. They play
Yep.
the speakers. It's funny. Me and Matt went there one time, and we did an interview with Brandon, and they were playing Metallica when we went down to the basement. And I was laughing my ass off because I was sitting there like, all right, master of puppets. Yeah, I'm pulling my strings, and I'm down there, and we're like, laughing and having a good time. And like we're thieving straight out of the barrels and stuff. So it was a good time.
Okay.
I still wish Matt, I'll have to ask Matt when he gets on the next episode, but we had one that was like, it tasted like Fruit Loops. It was like this
whoa.
weird, like, it was like mango and this and that, but like, it was like the
wow.
craziest, like brandy, but it tasted like Fruit Loops. Like we
Whoa.
were killing that barrel while we were
I
there.
can imagine.
So anyway,
Absolutely. All right.
on the nose, all that brandy's coming out for sure.
Yeah.
What's the proof on this one?
111.
111.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Nice
Oh,
apple.
wow, yeah.
It's got a little spice.
Yeah.
I will say this bottle's been open about a week.
Okay.
We're just below what would you call
Just
it?
below the neck.
Below the neck.
Yeah.
But I will say when it came out, it was very that apple brandy was very potent. Just smelling that you're getting a slight burn last week. This week it's toned down a little bit, so just on the smell.
Now, see, most people when they're doing these brandy finishes are not typically done with Kentucky bourbon. It's definitely a nice little marriage of the flavors there.
Holy cow.
That rich like tobacco and that apple. Mm-hmm. There's just a touch of baking spice. I really like this.
That one is that.
I'd say yeah. I think that MSRP on that bottle is like $52.
$52. That's not bad.
That's it.
That's really reasonable.
Nick, we
for
need
sure.
a bottle.
We need a bottle, Nick. She said. Chop, chop, bitch! Get over to Copper and Kings right now. That's what she said. She said that in not such a polite way, but I just like kind of, I put a little icing on it for you there, dog.
Always.
There you go. Fair.
Nick knows how to find his bourbon.
Garcon. All right. So
Oh God.
I will say though, the second pull on that one.
Okay. I haven't done a second
A little
pull
bit
yet.
more of the rye spice is starting to come through on that.
So compared to the other pour that we just did, I actually feel like it has less apple flavor.
Yes.
It
It is
does.
more
It is
like
weird.
apricot
Yeah.
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. On definitely on the palate, it definitely has a little bit more of like a stone fruity type
Yes.
flavor. Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
Apricot. What's the other one? The other smaller one that's
Plums.
plum
Plums or nectarine.
Nectarine. That's the
You're
one I was thinking of. Yeah.
welcome.
It wasn't a peach, and I was
Nope.
like, what's
Nope.
the other one that's like a
Nectarine.
nectarine or a peach?
Yeah.
But that's a nectarine.
Yep.
I gotta make sure I start eating fruit before I do these. That way I can definitely describe this like you guys.
You won't eat any fruit.
You're not a fruit guy?
I'm not.
I love fruit.
Wow.
I drink a lot of fruit.
Give me some vegetables.
You heard him.
Thank
Hold
God there's
on.
no vegetable taste in
And
it.
I don't want vegetables.
I don't think they heard you,
I eat
Scott.
tons of what?
You said you drink a lot of fruits.
I probably do. Who knows?
That's what you said.
I drink and eat a lot of fruit.
I grew up with
my-
a couple apple trees in my backyard, so I grew up
Oh
on
my
apples.
God! Here we go. Never mind. We're not talking about Grandma's apple tree now.
No, this was mine.
Whatever.
No, Chris grew up with a bunch of food allergies to various different fruits, and so
Oh.
he doesn't eat really any fruit.
Really?
Well, if you grew up with allergies to them, it's hard to try to
No,
get back into them.
I get it.
Absolutely.
I'm at least picking up what you're putting down, but that's
Yeah.
He
I've
could
never
mic-
heard of somebody that had multiple fruit allergies.
Oh, I have.
Yep. You know, I was allergic to chicken
Really?
for about 15, 16 years.
It was 20. It was 20 years.
Okay, 20.
How's that? So how would? So now wait a minute. Before I say, I'm going to preface this by saying, for some reason, before my wife ever had children, she could not eat shrimp without like basically going to sleep. Like it was borderline like bad out. Like
Okay.
Issue with eating shrimp.
type. Okay.
yeah, never had to get like a shot or anything. But
Okay,
like
just
instantly,
lethargic.
like yes, like
Okay.
like gonna pass out type. Like I'm just tired.
Okay,
And
okay.
after having kids, she loves shrimp. Eats it all the time. Eats scallops, any kind of shellfish, but she could
Gotcha.
not do it before then.
Okay.
So what was the preface or what caused the chicken to not be so harsh on you?
Well, so I developed that allergy when I was a kid, and then in 2021, I choked on an allergy pill.
That's bizarre.
Almost died, and
He had to be scoped.
went to the
Holy
ER.
cow.
They had to put me under. Anyways, this led me to go back to the allergist
And get
and
retested.
Get retested,
Okay.
Just to
as
let
well
you
as going to
know.
the GI doc.
There we go.
So
Did you get the hose?
no.
No, he got the upper hose.
I got
The lower hose is
I got
much
something
worse.
called and I'm butchering it. EOE. It's like eosinophilic esophagitis.
Yeah.
Have I told you that story?
No, you've not told me the story.
So basically, it's like your esophagus
Yes.
it will swell up and you're having an allergic reaction to something. You don't really know until you start to eat or drink something, and you just can't.
That's
it just
weird.
doesn't go anywhere.
That's crazy.
So went to the allergist, and I am allergic to a shit ton of things. Excuse my language on your podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, because we've never said anything worse than shit.
But the one good news
Okay.
that came out of that was that the allergist said, well, you're no longer allergic to chicken and you're no longer allergic to fish.
all
Hot
right.
dang.
So it opened up
Pandora's box of great food.
a variety of
Yeah, now you can eat
things.
fried chicken and fried fish.
Yeah.
So since that's the case, you have to go to the Mason's Lodge down on 3rd Street and get some of the best fish you've ever had.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
ironically, it's very similar to him. When I was in college, I had
Go ahead. Was that Barbara?
massive allergic reactions. I ended up in the ER with anaphylaxis.
Did you?
Multiple times, had allergy testing, and I came back actually positive for every meat. And they come to find out, they're like, I think it's the preservative in the meat.
Gotcha.
I added water to this while you were talking, Barbara.
So did
the,
I.
The
I
nose on
haven't-
this thing
I
was
haven't-
just went like, wow, what happened there?
Still on the Copper and Kings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. The
The other one's
gone.
empty for me, so yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Pace yourself well.
Yeah, we don't pace ourselves.
We-
That's the other reason we like to
Professionals.
have it here.
That's right, professionals. That's why you like to have it here. I'm stuck. You're still driving home.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like some more of that spice came out like on the nose. I haven't tried it yet, but that spice came high and heavy. Is it doing the same thing on the mouth?
Yep.
I actually feel differently.
Okay. Hey,
I feel like it's a little bit more in the buttery tones. Like it.
Now, see, to me, I kind of agree with what
I
you're
can
saying.
get where you're coming, but there's still a whole lot of that.
It's not
boom.
spice though. To me, it's not.
But it's a heat of something.
There's a little bit of a heat, but it's all floral. Like it's like filgreens and like that, like almost like a violet or like something like.
Yeah.
It's like a filgreen. It's very
I can smell
earthy and mint.
Kind of I don't know, piney.
Listen, I'm gonna have to. I'm calling tag team. Where's Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Bret Hart? I need somebody over here to tell her that this tastes like mint after it's had water added to it.
That would be Nicholas.
That's what I said.
Oh, we know.
He's shoving pizza in anyway, but
Yeah.
to me, it's like very mint, very
No,
earthy.
he's eating crackers.
Oh, he's eating crackers. Dude, those crackers are legit.
I can taste it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't get the mint.
It's mint and floral.
I really
Yep.
don't get the mint. All right, so I must be the oddball, which is normal.
Normal for you, exactly. Normal for
Usually
you.
I'm the normal.
Chris, did you add any water to yours?
Yeah. So what are you getting?
Hold on. Nick's
Okay.
coming in.
No, I'll say it's closer to an Andes mint than
Yeah,
a regular
yeah.
mint.
Yeah, no, it's not
yeah.
an offensive mint.
No.
It's like that more of that spearmint, the chocolatey mint. Yeah, sweet. Yep.
I actually like it. I like it.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I was just saying it's not what it was before we put water in it.
True.
So it's
I
definitely
prefer it neat.
definitely a different
neat.
flavor.
And definitely neat.
I think it's a solid pour for $52.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. All right, so we've got 2 bottles here. We're gonna pick which one we like the best,
Bardstown.
and then man, Barbara did without hesitation. All right, I love that Bardstown.
Bardstown, neat.
Neat.
Oh, yeah,
Bardstown neat.
has
Yep.
to be neat.
Yep. Jenna. Oh.
Oh.
Is there dissension in the ranks?
There's dissension.
Feel free to be the oddball.
You're okay.
No big deal. I usually am.
I mean, I know that the Copper and Kings is a better deal, and I feel like that I'm going to go for the better
So
deal.
you're going to put the price into comparison.
I'm going to put the price into comparison because this one
Hey,
is
listen, I
amply
love
more
that
expensive.
thought process. So you're thinking, oh, well, if I'm paying twice as much for something, is it worth twice as much
You're
for the
paying
taste
3
value?
times, aren't you?
Well,
you
if it's you said it was 59, right?
$52.
52, 150, well, 149. So yeah,
yeah.
it's roughly almost three times more.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I'm getting something 3 times more, I want a little bit more, in my preference, caramely, chocolatey
gotcha.
flavors.
Okay, fair enough.
It's close.
Hey, listen, it's all good.
Absolutely.
Now, if you take price out, which one's your favorite?
I think we would have to do it completely blind and not have her know anything at
maybe.
this point.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
True.
She's
Too
her
late.
judgment's
I'm
already
tainted.
clouded. Already
Yeah.
clouded by price point.
Yeah.
That's the damn banker over here and somebody.
They can't help themselves. Come on.
Got her convinced that money makes a difference.
She's been watching a lot of Dave Ramsey lately. I just can't stop her.
There we go. I appreciate that. All right. So looks like 3 out of 4 Discovery series. But that says a lot about that Copper and Kings bottle. Like if we've got somebody that's descended in the ranks out of those 2 pours, that says a lot. So if you want to find Bourbon Barrel Talk, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the download or the subscribe button so that way you get those episodes as soon as they get dropped. If you want to send us a message, you can send it to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Jenna, Chris, and Barbara signing off from the Brock Bourbon Bar. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.